This is a Magic Keyboard from Apple. Well, I think it's called a Magic Keyboard. It's one of their keyboards. It's one of these products which is style over design, really. It's not a great keyboard, but it has a fault. I went to use it and it's a Bluetooth keyboard and it wouldn't connect, even though I put fresh batteries in it. And it turns on. I don't know if you can see the little light here. It's flashing, indicating that it's trying to pair with something. And when I try and pair it with my laptop, it actually does appear, and then you try and pair with it and it sort of disappears. It's very weird. I'm just going to turn it on and we'll see if it appears. So it's got a green light and it's now flashing. And nothing yet. I have had it actually appear. I'll turn it off. Turn it back on, see if that makes a difference. It's flashing green. No, it's not even turning up. I have no idea whether you can even pull this apart. So probably best thing would be to take the batteries out. There's actually, I think, a third battery in there. Yeah, which was stuck a little bit. I'm just looking inside. See if there's any corrosion. I can't really see anything. So this was bought from the local charity shop. That's probably why it was there. It didn't work. Just got to figure out how to... Oh, it does actually say there. I don't know if you can see that just here. Shows you that there should be 3 batteries in there. This thing here looks like it could come out. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Looks like it's actually designed to come out. And what does that expose? Actually exposes what appears to be the aerial and the board, probably the Bluetooth board, and the other side of the, you can see the red wire of the battery there. I don't know if I can get that in a bit closer. So the thing that I immediately see is here's an aerial connection. So I'm wondering whether or not if I unplug that connection and put it back in, whether that will have any effect. Okay, well, that came off really easily. Everything appears to be okay. Yeah, so that's clicked back into place. I'm not sure that that's the problem because it did appear to be connected properly, but baby steps. So I'm going to put 3 batteries back in. Plug it all back in. Press the button for power. Nothing happens. I put the batteries in the wrong way, didn't I? That would be a typical me thing to do. It actually has a diagram. So the positive goes in. The other thing I should do is just check that these batteries are legit. Okay. Let's try that again. Turn it on. Nothing. It's interesting. But the LED on here is so tiny, I can't even remember where it is. It's here, I'm sure. Anyway, it's not turning on. So did I break something? Let me have another look. All I did was remove that cover and reseat that. And now it doesn't do anything. I better check the batteries just in case. Well, I checked the batteries. One of them was a little bit down, but it wasn't. I swapped it out with a brand new battery and it's still presenting the same problem. So I'm just wondering whether or not I've knocked something. I noticed that there is a ribbon cable here that is underneath this antenna wire. Maybe that could be a problem, but it did appear that it stopped working when I messed with the antenna wire. So I'm just going to remove this Kapton tape and see whether there's anything going on underneath. Okay, that's out. Let's have a look. Yeah, I don't see anything. I'll just tilt this a little bit so I can have a look. Might have to get the microscope out. There's nothing really obvious there. I do notice that there is a screw. Just get it into focus. I do notice that there's a little screw here. I wonder if that's holding something in place, the board in place. Whatever I remove that screw, it will just come out. Let's see what happens. That's not the right end. Okay. Okay. Come on. Put that screw there. So what happens now? Does this board come out? Don't think so. Very interesting. How does that come out? Just give me a sec. Okay, I tell you what, that's not obvious. It almost looks like there's a little piece of plastic here, and that perhaps the board has been held in place by this plastic. If you push this plastic enough in that direction, that the board might come out, because the batteries are in this section, and I think that they press up against the board. But there is a ribbon connector here, And I'm wondering if I might just reseat the ribbon connector first before I go any further, because maybe that's all it is, and I probably do need to disconnect the ribbon. So which way does the ribbon connector open? Is it that way? It'd be a real pain if it was the other way. I just want to be really careful here, because if I bust the ribbon clip, that's the end of it. Might just have a look. Okay. So basically the ribbon cable is, the clip opens from this side. I don't know whether you can see that. So I just pushed it up from this side. But then the ribbon cable snakes under this bit here, this board here, which is upright, and that's been soldered in place. Almost like it's been soldered after it's been placed there. Really hard to get that ribbon cable out. I'll give it a go. Well, first of all, I'll just reseat it. We'll just see what happens. So I've pulled it up. I'll push it back down positively. And I've still got the batteries in, haven't I? It's not a smart move. Nothing. All right. So that has achieved a big fat 0. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to know. I really need to get this board out, but I'm afraid I'm going to break it. Now I'm wondering whether this ribbon cable is actually holding it in. So I'm just going to lift it up, see if I can't extract the cable. Still doesn't release this. If I could move it this way, it feels like it's been held in by this clip, this white clip here. But no matter what I do, I can't push that clip far enough to release the board. It feels like if I apply too much pressure, it's just going to pop out and break. But I don't think I have any choice. I can't see any other way of doing it. Okay. I can't keep this in camera shot and do it at the same time, so I'm just going to and there it is, I think. Okay, so what I ended up doing was I freed the ribbon cable over here because that was actually holding the board down, and then I just pushed really hard on this white tab at this side and then pulled up, or actually twisted it, and it appears to have popped out. Oh. So now maybe with a bit of luck I can pull out the actual board. Holy cow. Ooh. There we go. So the batteries are obviously in here. So there must be a terminal in here that connects the positive and negative to that. Little switch, little jumper. So I get that out, or is that going to be stubborn? A little bit stubborn. Okay. The lighting isn't great. Do something about that. But on this side of the board, yeah, that's where the power cable is coming in. I'd just like to remove that. Okay, what's holding that in? I mean, it's just clipped in there. I have to be very careful now. Trying to get that clip out. Oh, there it goes. Phew. All right. So what have we got? The power coming into here. Then the power comes out of there and goes into the switch at the end here. It appears to be momentary contact switch at the end. You hold it in, it turns it on. But that's the board out. So I might get out my microscope and see if I can't see something a bit better. This is the power connection that comes from the battery side. And I mean, it looks a bit gnarly here. You can see, almost looks like cold solder joints there. But I don't think they're actually connected to anything on this side. I think they go to the other side. And then these are the two connections. And they look to be soldered okay. So I might reflow them anyway, just in case. Okay, well, I screwed up then. I didn't press record on the microscope. All I've done is I have reflowed these 2 points here, which are the pins from this side. I had a go at trying to put some solder in here, but I was just melting the plastic. And really it's that connection. It's the connection on the other side that matters, I think. Let me just check whether there's a connection between there and there. It's hard to get. Yeah, there is. It's very difficult to get under this microscope and yeah, so it does connect from there to there. So maybe the connection on this side does matter. Okay. Maybe I will just have another go. To get it back in, I think it's easier to put the power connector on first. Just push that in. And then the other one goes on this side. These are all tiny. Can barely see that where it goes in. Okay. So then I just sort of, there's absolutely there's no slack really. I mean, there's just enough to get it done. That's it. Get this ribbon cable out of the way. Push this sucker back in. And then push it down. And then this little tab here clicks it into place. And next I need to get the ribbon cable in, which is difficult but not impossible. Just got to get, like, it's a high quality ribbon cable, which is great because a lot of ribbon cables in electronics are almost single use only, like they fall apart if you attempt to reuse them more than once or twice. This one seems pretty high quality, which is good because I'm having to manhandle it quite a bit. Getting it under there is a real pain. That's a terrible design. Probably not the engineer's fault, actually. Probably this board here was designed to be removed, to not be on there, and you put the ribbon cable in and then... Shut up, multimeter. Is that in? That's the $1 million question. I think that is. I think that's in. So then I just need to push this tab down. Click. There was a little bit of plastic that went over the top of that, which I have lost. Have I? Reckon I have. Oh well. Probably just to keep it pressed down in case you drop it or something like that. But really what I care about now is whether or not it works. So let's leave it like that and put the batteries back in. So will it turn on? That is the $1 million question. Press the button. Don't know if you can see that. It is turning on. Really hard. There. So it's flashing. So it wants to pair with something. So I'll just go and enable Bluetooth. Can I swap to that? Okay. So then we'll add a Bluetooth device, mouse or keyboards. There's a keyboard there. I don't think that's the right keyboard, I'll be honest with you. I don't know why it says that. I think there's... Oh, hang on. Oh my God. 102 53 135. Press enter. Steve's keyboard. I bought this second hand. There must be some way of actually naming your keyboard on a Mac. I don't have a Mac. Come on. Yay. Wonderful. It's fixed. If you enjoyed this video, please think about giving me a thumbs up and subscribing. Ciao.